Alrighty, good evening everyone. Sorry for the late start. Technical issues as always. And we're trying out new things here. Our goal this season is to eventually be able to live to tape these seminars and potentially live stream our coach seminars this fall. So we're testing out equipment, and of course it never goes according to plan the first time. So welcome to our second orientation meeting for the 2015 FLL season. My name is Michael Adam, the Director for Central Valley Robotics. I'll be handling this presentation this evening. Got some stuff to cover, and we're going to jump right into let's talk about what FIRST is. How many of you are new to what we do here with FIRST LEGO League and FIRST? Well, welcome. We've got some veteran coaches in the back. For students ages 6 to 18, it's the hardest fun they'll ever have. For coaches and mentors, it's the most rewarding adventure they'll ever undertake, and for sponsors, it's the most enlightened investment they could ever make. So we're going to jump right into a video. I could talk forever, or I could just show you a video. This is the new 2015 FIRST promo from FIRST, and it does a pretty good job of explaining what we do here.
I just happened to end up in the room, and somebody grabbed a piece of aluminum, told me to drill a hole, and I was like, I don't know how to drill a hole, what are you doing? And it was just an exhilarating feeling. It's like, I'm using power tools. How many extracurricular activities can you say that you made this, and it's a 6-foot, 100-pound moving machine? Not many.
You're gonna know how to work hard, you're gonna know how to concentrate, you know how to give maximum effort, teamwork.
And it's not just the math and science aspect, it's a team of people working together. It's website designing, it's presentation, it's t-shirt designing. It's not just engineering. If you like to work with your hands, if you like mechanics, engineering, science, math, if you just like to make posters, FIRST gives you a chance to do anything.
It starts in kindergarten, continues through elementary school, into middle school, all the way through high school and beyond. It's all about fun, teamwork, designing and building robots, research, friendly competition and celebration, hard work, learning from each other and adults, success and failure, making new friends, awards and scholarships, discovering what you can do, how far you can go. We call it FIRST. Founded in 1989 by inventor Dean Kamen to inspire young people to become leaders of science and technology, FIRST now involves hundreds of thousands of young people, volunteers, and sponsors around the world.
The problem is that so many kids grow up in an environment where by the time they're 10 or 12 years old, they think their options in the world are being in the NBA or being in Hollywood. It seemed to me that what we needed to do to get FIRST going was to break the stereotypical mindset given to kids about what's important in our culture. Let these kids that have never met a scientist or a professional engineer see what these people do. Put those people and ideas in front of these kids. You'll change where they put their time and attention, and you'll change the outcome. You'll change what they'll be when they're 17.
FIRST challenges young people to think, create, cooperate, and learn. Working with professional engineers and other mentors, students are challenged to design, build, and program robots for competition. But it's more than robots. It's about building life skills, self-confidence, and transforming young lives.
A few of these CEOs said, Dean, what are you going to do that'll make kids more passionate about science or engineering? I said, let's steal from the playbook of sports. Let's create a sporting event.
FIRST is a family of 4 programs, each level designed to help young people develop new skills, learn how to work as a team, and practice gracious professionalism. In other words, helping everybody, not just your own team, and being a good sport. For the youngest, there's Junior FIRST LEGO League. where teams of budding scientists and engineers explore real-world problems, then create a Lego model and show me poster to illustrate their journey. In elementary and middle school, it's First Lego League, where teams build autonomous robots from Lego kits and use research to solve science and engineering challenges. More complicated challenges begin at the middle and high school level. First Tech Challenge brings teams together to build, program, and compete with more sophisticated robots while maintaining an engineering notebook, then compete with other teams' machines on a playing field. The oldest, most intense program of all is First Robotics Competition. In just 6 weeks, high schoolers with professional engineers as mentors design and build industrial-grade robots to compete with and against each other in a challenging field game, hoping to win bragging rights, recognition, and awards. FTC and FRC participants are eligible for over $20 million in scholarships given by colleges and corporations. At every step along the first journey, tens of thousands of adults are there to help as coaches, mentors, volunteers, and sponsors. Many have come to the program themselves because they believe in the power of FIRST to engage young people at every age level, to teach new skills, build self-confidence, ignite passions, and inspire them to consider choosing science, engineering, and technology as a career path.
10 or 15 or 20 years from today, some kid in those stands will have cured Alzheimer's or AIDS or cancer, or built an engine that doesn't pollute. The probability that one of them is going to do something spectacular that they would not have done without FIRST is almost a guarantee. Look at these kids. They're the future. We're part of it by helping them figure out what to do with their lives.
Sorry, the speakers weren't exactly great, but we tried to make do. They sounded a little bit blown out. So, what is Central Valley Robotics? We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to bringing the love of science and technology to the students of the San Joaquin Valley. We support the network of FIRST programs to bring the sport of the mind to everywhere in the Central Valley. We operate out of the Buchanan Area Assistant Superintendent's Office inside of Clovis Unified School District. You do not have to be a part of Clovis Unified to be part of this program, but this is just where we operate out of. Officially, we're the affiliate partner with FIRST to implement the FLL and Junior FLL programs in those counties listed there. So we're here to talk about FIRST Lego League. What is FIRST Lego League? It's an exciting alliance between the Lego group and FIRST. We have teams of kids that use, for one part of the program, they use an autonomous robot built out of Legos to compete on a playing surface. They create an innovative solution to a problem as part of the research project. They do all of this while guided by the FLL core values. I'm going to take a little aside here to talk about this innovative solution and what the potential of that is. Some of you might have seen what we posted on Facebook earlier today, on our Facebook, as well as might have been in the media. Our championship winning team from last year, the 2014 championship, was at Bitwise Industries today, where they were granted $25,000 in addition to some other funding to actually implement their solution, which was an app on water conservation. So in total, they have about $51,000, and Bitwise is going to lead the effort to actually implement their solution. And that's what we do here in FIRST Lego League. The kids go out into the community, find a problem, and through efforts can actually have their research used, implement their solution in the real world. And that's huge. So we combine the engineering challenge of robotics competition with real-world problem solving and inventing. By embracing the core values, participants learn that friendly competition and mutual gain are not separate goals, and that helping one another is the foundation of teamwork. We call this cooperation in FIRST, and it's all about we're all here for the experience, we're all here to learn. Winning is just something nice that comes along the way. And we use awards at events to recognize those that are role models for other teams to emulate. The FLL core values, there are 8 of them. We are a team. We do the work to find solutions with guidance from our coaches and mentors. We honor the spirit of friendly competition. We share our experiences with others. What we discover is more important than what we win. We display gracious professionalism and cooperation in everything we do. We know our coaches and mentors don't have all the answers. We learn together. And the most important core value is we have fun. And this is something we have all of our FLL teams emulate, and it drives the program. The FLL program is composed of 3 parts: robot design and the robot they build, the research project, and the FLL core values. In the core values area, we look at teamwork and working together. We get the kids excited about the FLL core values and task them to inspire others, spread first, and at a competition, they're evaluated on how they've kind of developed on these areas. For the research project, it's based on the yearly theme. We're going to talk about this year's theme in a minute. As I mentioned before with that example, task kids to, on a focused topic, to go out into the community and identify a problem, develop a solution, share that solution with the community, which in some cases can actually lead to some money and an actual investment to develop the solution, and then collect all of that and present it to the judges at a tournament in the area. Robot design is also based on the yearly theme. We look at the team's programming and innovative design ideas in regards to how they built the robot to accomplish as many missions as possible on the thematic playing surface. In the actual robot game where they compete for points, there's a minimum of 3 matches, and they have 2.5 minutes to get as many points as possible. They spend the season building and programming the robot, and they show it off on the event day. Core values represents how you approach the first Lego League program, and project and robot design are kind of what you do in FLL. Got some pictures here, which are wonderfully blown out. But here you can see some judges, kids presenting their research project to judges at an event. Similar here. You can see they like to build props to help show off their solution. This here is a teamwork challenge. Kids are being evaluated on how will they function on a surprise problem. How will they function together? And here's kind of an example of a robot design judging session. Some examples of what happens on the thematic playing surface is robot game pictures. Kids are preparing the robots to go out and score points. There's robots actually in full autonomous mode, investigating or going out to solve some mission on the field. Kind of a wider shot of the area. There's a lot of people in this area. It's open to the public to watch. And a close-up of a kid working on the robot. Kids seem to enjoy it, seem to have a blast. And they sometimes like to dress up. This was from our Nature's Fury season, and we had the little Dorothys, as they were. And our volunteers are always there to help make things fun along the way. Some important things to remember about this program. FLL is about teaching students to work together to solve problems. The robot is a means to an end. While we are a robotics program, our fundamental goal here is to take students, teach them how to work together to solve problems. It's kind of what our world needs, not necessarily on any topic, but being able to work together to solve problems is our big goal here. And I always remind people of this to ensure that read into how advancement works at our tournaments. And we've made that a lot clearer this year in our season standards manual. So why first? Well, what does it do for the students? Hopefully this comes out on this projector. We will see. This is from a study by Brandeis University. Students that participated in FIRST were twice as likely to major in science and engineering. And some statistics are 41% majored in engineering, and 33% of women involved in FIRST pursued engineering. If they're more interested in doing well in school after being participated in this program, there's actually FIRST Lego League, FIRST Tech Challenge, and FIRST Robotics Competition, the 3 upper levels of FIRST. After being involved in the program in the FTC and FRC, over 84% wanted to take a more challenging math or science course, and 88% or higher across all 3 programs there were more interested in going to college to pursue a degree. 21st century work-life skills, we've got 98% reported improved problem-solving skills, 95% increased time management skills, 93% resolution conflict skills, and over 76% strengthens communication skills. There's a lot of people I know, I've heard some other students that say that without this program and they had not gone through it, they would not be able to stand up in front of groups of people and be able to talk. I can say that. That was a true experience for me. This is my 13th season in FIRST, so I went through this program as well, and that is a very true statement. That's kind of washed out down there, but 90% of alumni are in a STEM-related field, either as a student or a professional. FLL has grown quite a bit over the years. Last season we were at almost 27,000 teams worldwide, which is a little around 2,600,000 kids ages 6 to 19 worldwide, 9 to 14 in the United States and Canada. 80 plus countries, there's almost 1,200 qualifying events and 136 championship events, of which we have 6 qualifying and 1 championship in our area. And as you can see from this chart, it's kind of growing a little bit, almost exponentially. I think we might hit 30,000 teams this year. We will see. We have an exciting video here. I hope I might turn down the audio. It's just a music background, but this is a 2014 FIRST Championship wrap-up. It shows off the championship from not this year, but last year. They have not put out the 2015 championship wrap video yet, unfortunately. But it is a good idea of showing you the excitement of what we do here at FIRST, especially at the Edwards Jones Dome, where we take over almost the entire city. And I think this year there was something, almost 50,000 people were there at this event, at the championship this year.
What's up, FIRST? Let the competition begin. Who's
the champion for 2014, the FRC World Woo Alliance.
Be a champion, baby, be a champion. Be a champion, be a champion. Be a champion, baby, be a champ.
And that's a wrap of the 2014 First Championship here in St. Louis. Congratulations to all the teams. Thanks for a great year, and we'll see you next season.
So, gives you kind of an idea of the excitement we have at a first event, even though that is the biggest show in first, the first championship. This year at the championship, we had a little bit of a fun time with 6 first teams there, including the Buchanan Bird Brains that happened to take home the title of FRC World Champions, which was a fun experience. They were on the winning alliance, so they were the first Central California team to actually take home a title from the championship. And our FLL team did a pretty good job there while they were there too. So for the 2015 FLL season, our challenge is called Trash Trek, and we're looking at the future of trash from a recycling perspective and a production perspective. How do we improve recycling, and how do we improve the materials we make, the products we make? Is there a better way to make them so they produce less trash in the landfill? Let's talk about starting a team. When it comes to finding a team, typically teams form around existing relationship between the adults and students, either a church group, neighborhood, they're at the same school. It's usually a parent or teacher from that school that kind of steps up and says, I'll coach and lead this team. Might look to recruit another coach. First team up is an option. I mention this every year. I don't really have visibility into it because it's run by First nationally. It's mainly a tool for teams to find members. So teams put up there that they're looking for members, and those interested parents can sign in to see if there's teams looking for members in their area. They're redoing it for the 2015. I'm not sure if it's live yet, and I don't really have much visibility into how it works. Coaching is not necessarily difficult. This is important, but it does require time and patience. We do have a lot of resources here in Central Valley. We host seminars that we're hoping to record and live stream as we run them. And we have a kickoff where it's a great networking opportunity, and we have a bunch of sessions on various topics. Mentors of FRC teams and FLL alumni are around to help. Buchanan Bird Brains, Clovis North, Clovis West, Duncan Polytechnical all have FRC teams with students that go out and mentor because they know about First, and they usually can help out with robot design, or sometimes they're FLL alumni and they've been doing this for a while and can really be a great asset for the programming side of things. First has something called the Youth Protection Program. It's helped to protect everyone involved in First programs, from students to adults. What this means for teams is that every team must have 2 coaches on record with First. They must pass a free screening process, but that does take sometimes 24 to 72 hours, depending on the load at the time. Screening required every 3rd season, so if you did it last season when it started, you're good to go for this season. It'll let you straight through. As again, there's no cost to coaches. Then coaches will be able to invite parents to register their students and manage the team information and get their team on the roster and do all that stuff. More information will be available with that on our website and later this year. Event volunteers also must go through the same system. And teams will keep their numbers now year over year, so if you're a team last year, you keep your same number this year. You won't get a new one. So some restrictions on teams. They can have a maximum of 10 student team members, and they must be between the ages of 9 and 14 for the FLL program. The way First does its age is if you were 14, the student was 14 before the first of this year, so they can turn 15 during the season. Same thing applies for the lower limit. If they turn 9 during the season, they're okay to participate. A child can be a member of only one team. However, coaches can coach multiple teams, which I would not encourage. Come event day, everything's happening at the same time, and it's not necessarily guaranteed that your team will be in this. Both teams will be in the same place at any time. So it's important that if you do coach multiple teams, you have someone who can be with that team during the event day. Let's talk about costs, one-time and recurring costs. This is the cost if you buy the EV3 kit through FIRST. You can find it cheaper elsewhere. It accounts for almost, or I should say over half the cost, depending. That does include shipping and handling. You can use the NXT or the RCX if you still have it to participate in this program. You don't have to go buy a new one every year. The field surface itself, which is an 8x4 wooden table that you put the mat and the models on, that costs about $60 to build, and you'll also need a computer for programming. Windows and Mac are supported. Annual costs, there's a $225 national registration fee and a $75 field kit cost. That's $300 that go to FIRST to participate. We are increasing our event registration fee to $65 this year. And there's some varying costs for research project materials. You saw some teams made props and stuff for their research project. It's kind of a varying cost. Some teams don't produce any materials. They just have a PowerPoint presentation. Some build costumes and props and a whole skit. And it varies between what the team wants to do, and that also creates a varying cost. Teams also like to build, have an identity, and that usually involves creating some form of a team shirt that they all wear. That's also a varying cost depending on how their shirts are sourced and all that stuff. Let's talk about the timeline for the season. So national registration is now open. It opened a couple weeks ago at the beginning of May, and will close in September-ish, or when the region is full. Team Connect will hopefully go live at the beginning of August, if not earlier in July. Team Connect is a software we use for teams to manage their information for our purposes here in the Central Valley and to register for tournaments. So in August, you'll get the field kit if you purchased it in advance. The CVR Season Standards Manual will hopefully go up in August, if not earlier in July, depending on the changes that we're going to get to the program from FIRST. We'll put up all of our qualifier dates, and then the season begins on August 25th with a Global Challenge release. So September and October, we're hoping on September 5th to host our regional FLL kickoff. We're still tentative. We'll probably do it at Alta Sierra again. At this point, the team should start tackling the challenge, build a robot, start looking into the research project, start looking at sources, what they think their problem's going to be. We have coach seminars every 3 to 4 weeks, and that's pretty much a forum. I might have a couple announcements to make, and then it's just Q&A. Coaches present questions on whatever related to the program, and we help answer them. All the consent forms and are due to CVR usually at the end of September to register for an event. We're still seeing about training sessions, and we're targeting September 28th for event registration to open. We'll see, depending on how our event dates fall. If our event dates fall back a bit, we might move that back a week to give teams more time. So, here comes the big change. The championship is moving to February 27th, which opens up December and November for our qualifying dates. Teams only attend one of the qualifiers, and that will then, if they meet the requirements, and they will advance to the championship in February. We're currently looking at these are the weekends we've opened up to our tournament partners to schedule events. We're still working on settling all those dates down on which event's going to be where. We have events in Tulare all the way up to the Fresno area. Some important resources for coaches. Coach's Handbook is from FIRST. The 2015 version is actually available now. It has been published. This is how you get to it on our website, or you've used that resources link that's on the flyer that we had available when you signed in. Additionally, the Season Standards Manual, I mentioned that earlier. This is the go-to resource. I tell everyone it's a must-read for coaches. Pretty much explains in detail how we run FLL at an event, from how the judging sessions work to how the robot game works. And now this year we added some new restrictions on practice tables in addition to fully describing how the deliberation process works. And that will be available later this summer. Some other resources, we have a Facebook group available for coaches. Well, that's actually open now if you wanted to sign up. The link's also available on our website. And again, there's that resources link on our website that is also on that flyer. We have a whole bunch of resources on there, from coaching to programming to project to robot design. And there's the, we also have a short link to the Facebook group. Come on, there we go. Again, as I said, student mentors are available, and if we have potentially veteran coaches who would like to give back and share their experience, we can make those connections happen as well. That kind of concludes what I wanted to talk about. We have some time left. Is there any questions? Thank you all for coming. Feel free to come ask me questions. If you guys have any more questions, we have some other people here who can help answer questions. And we hope to see you this fall. Thank you for coming.